Shocked, horrified, heartbroken. These are but a taste of the emotions felt by Marvel fans the world over following Avengers Infinity War. However, fear not, true and brave viewers, as I am here to tell you that if my theory is correct, we're gonna need a whole lot more Kleenex for part 2. I'm HUDSIMUS Prime, and today I'll be attempting to convince you that not only will Avengers 4 deliver superhuman sadness, but there's a good chance we've already seen what happens. First and foremost, for all the square bears out there, spoilers for the MCU films up to and including Infinity War and the Infinity Gauntlet graphic novel. Also, we might look at some Avengers 4 promotional stuff if there's time, so be ready.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Now, as I was saying, what some viewers may have taken as a generalization or metaphorical scene, I believe has much heavier implications. During the Age of Ultron, the Scarlet Witch uses her powers to mentally influence the Avengers through visions. While Captain America and Black Widow experience visions inspired by their past, Thor and Iron Man are plagued by prophetic future scenarios. Thor sees Heimdall and the Asgardians dead and partying in hell, an outcome not too unlikely following the first 10 minutes of Infinity War.
We are all dead. Can you not see it?
However, it's Tony Stark's vision that I'd like to focus on today. For all those yet to view Joss Whedon's middle child of the MCU, Tony Stark is shown a decimated battlefield in space. The centerpiece is the Avengers team minus Stark, murdered amid a pile of bodies. The vision ends with Captain America blaming Tony Stark for not doing enough to save them.
You could have saved us.
Before dying on top of his splintered and broken shield. While some would consider this prophecy metaphorically fulfilled, with half the team, getting dusted by Thanos, I'm not so convinced. Using circumstantial evidence, I intend to prove that not only has Tony's gruesome vision yet to occur, but we'll get a scene very similar to this in Avengers 4. In Tony Stark's vision, all the Avengers highlighted are Avengers we know survived the snap, with the exception of Hawkeye. However, if you've seen my previous videos, you know my opinion on Clint's fate and what he's probably doing right now. So I'm betting he's among the living. Who's to say the Avengers don't open the next film charging into space to get sweet vengeance on Thanos? They use Thor and Rocket's knowledge of the spaceways to track down Thanos for a last stand to restore the universe. Our Earth team is, however, one surviving Avenger short of an OG set. Iron Man witnessing his team's massacre matches up nicely with the fact that he is currently isolated from the rest of the team. Being stranded on Titan with Nebula and no cell phone does make Tony's odds of meeting up with his team a long shot. If the Avengers did go after Thanos without Stark, they could get all wrecked and have Stark pull some time travel move either through a stone or quantum realm time vortex to give our heroes a happier outcome. Very similar to one of my favorite Marvel stories of all time, the Infinity Gauntlet. The Infinity Gauntlet is the graphic novel that graduated Thanos to the top tier of Marvel villainy. A 6-issue miniseries published in the early 90s, for Marvel comic veterans, this pile of dead Avengers amid a starry backdrop has striking similarities to the end of the Infinity Gauntlet's 4th issue. Just to put it in perspective of how bad it gets, Thanos' infamous snap occurs at the beginning of the story, and all hell breaks loose afterwards. By issue 4, Earth's mightiest heroes are savagely murdered one at a time by Thanos. Thor is turned to glass and broken, Iron Man's head is ripped off, and Captain America is pimp-smacked to death by the Mad Titan himself. Hey kids, you thought watching this happen to Spidey was rough?
I don't want to go. I don't want to go, sir. Please. Please, I don't want to go.
At 8 years old, I saw Spider-Man get his skull crushed in with a rock. Your tears mean nothing to me. Needless to say, it gets worse than this. Since Infinity War ended with Thanos gaining the Gauntlet like he did in Thanos Quest, the Gauntlet's prequel miniseries, Avengers 4 will likely deal with the fallout of his glove acquisition, just like Infinity Gauntlet. I expect Avengers 4 to borrow Infinity Gauntlet's last stand in the form of Tony's space massacre. With time travel and alternate dimensions introduced throughout Phase 3, Marvel could easily pull an issue 4 and kill their all-stars for morbid spectacle, only to slam on the undo button. As the team seeks to avenge the lives lost in their prior film, I predict Tony's nightmare to occur close to the film's middle. As all the non-goateed Avengers are murdered in a noble strike back at the Mad Titan, Tony Stark is likely to halt Thanos' ultimate victory by hobnobbing through a time vortex or two with Paul Rudd. But that's a video for another day. If you haven't been convinced yet, I do have one last piece of evidence that just might change your mind. Kevin Feige has prevented Avengers 4 from receiving a subtitle due to it spoiling the outcome of Avengers 3. If Zoe Saldana is to be believed in this red carpet interview, Feige was very correct.
Can you tell us if you're in Infinity
We're
War?
in the middle of it. I think that the Guardians just shot their part when it comes to Infinity War's, like, the first part. And we all have to go back for Gauntlet. We all have to go back for Gauntlet. We all have to go back for Gauntlet. Later this year.
While I don't think Avengers 4 will be named after Thanos' mighty mitten, the fact Mrs. Saldana used Gauntlet in reference to her next film speaks volumes. It means that at least some or a portion of Avengers 4 will be based around Infinity Gauntlet source material. And if I were a gambling man, I'd say that portion is a hero massacre very similar to what Tony Stark sees at the beginning of Age of Ultron. For our hero's sake, I hope I'm wrong. So what do you think of my theory? Do you think we're destined to see our heroes murdered in one last stab at darkness before the dawn strikes? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a thumbs up and subscribe if you think I deserved it and would like to see more. While you're here, be sure to check out my channel for more videos based on the MCU and what could possibly happen in its future. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, guys, good luck in your day, and Godspeed.